Sergei Pavlovich is going to put Jair Rozenstruik in a tombstone Undertaker style. This is the Renee Report. My name is Carson. We're going to be breaking down the Sergei Pavlovich versus Jair Rozenstruik fight coming up next. Stay with me as we break down so many other UFC fights. If you love this content, subscribe, like for more. Let's get right into this shit, baby. Okay, Sergei Pavlovich is a scary man. I mean, this is a dude that genuinely puts fear into great white sharks. You gotta love when two big fellas get in the octagon and you just have this feeling of a little heightened blood pressure and you know something really crazy could happen. And this fight is definitely one of those. Similar to a Francis Ngannou, Sergei has a lot of power behind those hands. And I'm telling you, you can't take too many of them clean. His hit list includes Tai Tuivasa, Derek Lewis, and Curtis Blades. I mean, that is a well-rounded group of heavyweight fighters with a plethora of success and not one to be trifled with. Not to mention, he's coming off of back-to-back losses, is pissed off and hungry. If I was Jair, I'd be a little bit terrified as I see that octagon door close. Whoo, my heart would be a-racing. Now, if I was in the corner of the fighter who's ever fighting Sergei Pavlovich, there is one game plan I would go against. I would tire him out. I would avoid him in the first round as that's when he's going to have the most amount of power. And I would understand you need to make him uncomfortable. You need to be the fighter, not afraid of him, making him respect you, and that's going to be done by putting a lot of jabs in his face, by cutting off his timing with feints and making him you think you might do something and changing it up. With him specifically, you need to be on your bicycle. I need your cardio to be at peak level, and that's what I'm expecting Jair Rozenstruik's team to tell him to do. Jair is someone who has struggled in the early parts of his career with output. He relied on his power. He had a few crazy knockouts when he came into the UFC against lesser opponents. And as he started to climb the mountaintop, he realized he needed to get back in his cardio grind. And the last two fights, we've seen it. He's landed 90 plus significant strikes in both of his last two victories. And again, that is the type of path to success he will be needing in this bout. Jair Rozenstruik is a kicking specialist. He relies on maintaining distance. He does possess a lot of power, just like Sergei, and he is going to try and put your lights out. But going against such a dangerous guy, you gotta think he's going to be a little bit more on the back foot. And I do worry to myself we could see the old Jair Rozenstruik, and we could see him start to digress to some of that early career behavior, honestly kind of running for his life. If I had to put a prediction on this fight, which I'm going to say round 2, vicious knockout by Pavlovich. I think Jair Rozenstruik is going to be head down, canvas. I've been unconscious and I'm a big body falling from a high place. I'm going to go a flurry of punches. He gets him up against the octagon and hits him with the perfect uppercut that makes him see God. Like I said, I love the UFC. I love breaking it down. If you guys enjoyed even a second of this video, subscribe, stick along, and I'm going to be giving out my best bets shortly tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for those because there's definitely some winners in there. This has been the Renee Report. I'm Carson, and I'm out. Peace.